almost forgot this. I'm helping. I expected that to be worse, but it wasn't that bad. I like how you're like, I'm hot, so you threw this on Coco. Meanwhile, you have this hat on.
It's to keep my hair retained.
I can actually get you a headband. Oh, new cage. You can come out. You can come out. Can you come out? Can you come out? Come here. I don't know if she knows the door. Like, can you come here? Coco, come here. Coco. Help her. She doesn't.
You cannot see.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we are actually going to be doing a dedicated video about Tut, my bearded dragon. I haven't made a dedicated video about my bearded dragon in about 2 years, and part of the reason is because obviously he's not a tarantula and we focus on tarantulas here mainly, but the other reason was because I just simply wasn't happy with his enclosure anymore. A little bit of backstory. Essentially, the way that I acquired Tut was from an old high school acquaintance. He was rehoming him. At the time, he was a 7-month-old bearded dragon. He came with his 40-gallon, all the decor, some lighting, and he just gave him to me. So I just took him. So here he is, our first bearded dragon, reading as much as I possibly can. I honestly didn't know much about bearded dragon care at the time. I had done a little bit of research here and there, but I just wasn't as familiar with him as I am other animals that I keep. Now, a lot of my friends, obviously here on YouTube, have reviewed a cage called Zen Habitats, and I actually wanted to go ahead and try them out and upgrade Tut from his 40-gallon enclosure. Because if you didn't know, 40 gallons is the absolute bare minimum for bearded dragons. And I've watched Tut go from a little bearded dragon in a big tank to a really big bearded dragon in a little tank. So essentially I thought it was time to finally upgrade him to his forever enclosure. And thanks to Zen Habitats, they've actually made that happen. This video is not sponsored. They just sent me the enclosure and asked for an honest review of it, but they also gave me an affiliate link. So if you like what you see and you want to get one for yourself, you can use the link down below and it will actually help me out and my channel. So thank you so much, Zen Habitats, for the enclosure. I owe another thank you to about 17 people who recently joined my Patreon. Thank you so much, Alexandra, Leah, Heather, Krista, Keisha, Megan, Kyle, Jess, Audrey, Princess Sophie Pink, Brittany, Alyssa, Nick, Sileban, Michael, Charles, and Annalicia. Thank you guys so much for joining my Patreon. Anyway, having said all that, let's look at Tut's enclosure and I'm going to talk a little bit about it and tell you what I think. So let's go. Alright, so this is Tut's new enclosure, and we also brought him some lunch right here. It's turnips and blueberries. Now, as you see, this enclosure has these really thick acrylic sliding doors. Put his food right there. Now, this is a change because his 40-gallon, you had to access it from the top, but you can access it from the side here. And I've had a lot of issues with him being really afraid of me. I don't really know exactly why he's a little bit more nervous than other bearded dragons I've seen, but he always seems a little startled when I go in to reach him. And I think it's because I was always reaching from the top of the enclosure. So what I really like about this enclosure is that the access is from the sliding doors on the side. So it's not as intimidating for me to just come and scoop under him. What I will say though is that you cannot access it from the top, and if you could access it from the top, I don't really know why exactly you need to, but I feel like it'd make it easier maybe to clean or something if this was removable. However, it does seem more sturdy that it's not removable, so I don't know, it kind of might boil down to preference for something like that. So this is the lighting that I am using. This is just a heat basking spot, and then this is my UVB. Now, I was going to fasten the UVB up on these bars. I noticed that the heat would be hanging down a little low. I didn't want him to burn himself, but the UVB, I tried to hang it in here and we used like a chain and stuff. It just didn't end up working really well for us. I know other people have done it, so I might look into it more because obviously the closer the UVB is, the more that they will absorb. So yeah, in his old enclosure, I had this, and as you see, he actually is the one who bent it like this. So I left it bent because he liked to climb and just like hang on that up there. And then also this wood is from his old enclosure, and I really like this wood. However, I will say he does go to the bathroom on it a lot, and I really just can't seem to get it all out. Like it's really difficult to clean it off. I even got like an electric toothbrush and tried getting it out, and it's really hard to get it out from the wood. So I don't know if anybody has any tips on how to help. That would be really cool. He's very unsure about all the attention he's been getting the past few days. I also added this little piece of decor. This is from Target Halloween section a few years ago. And I also added this little wreath, which is also from the Target dollar section from a while ago. I think from Christmas maybe. When I purchased it, I wasn't sure what I was going to use it for, so I've just kind of been hanging on for like the right opportunity. And so yeah, finally I'm using it. Also, if you'll notice, how I've attached everything is with these plastic hooks. Even the plant right there, I've just used these plastic hooks instead of the suction cups because the suction cups don't really stick really well to this, I don't think. And also he had a lot of issues with them falling off and becoming detached in his old enclosure. So I thought this would be much more sturdy, and I really like it. I got the easily removable kind too, so they're a little bit more permanent, but you can obviously like go back and remove them. Now, if you remember, this was his food dish. I ended up trying something a little bit different and making it a water bowl. I just want to see what he'll do with it. And then I ended up using this food bowl, which I originally was going to use for my hamster, but it's so big for her that I just haven't used it, and I thought it would be really cute and perfect for him. Maybe we can actually give him a couple super worms. These usually get his interest in the food. Every time I want him to eat his veggies, I just throw a few in there, and it usually sparks his interest enough for him to go eat. Another thing that I added is this really cool artificial plant. I got this from just like a chain pet store, and it's just attached to a piece of wood. I think it just fills up this space really well right back here. And I just love all the wood and the green. So if we look on this side, this is gonna be his more cool side. Now, he actually came with this from his previous owner. I've hung onto it and I've left it with him because I really do like it. It's just these bones. When he brewmates, he goes in here, but he hasn't brewmated this year. He did the past couple years, but he hasn't this year. So I added that in here. And then also I added this really large hammock. It's so big. It's like a whole nother level for him, and I got him another bigger hammock because he spent a lot of time on that little one over there, and I thought it would just be good for him to have another to climb on because bearded dragons really like to climb a lot. And then I also added this really cute little rabbit bed. I guess that's what it is. It's just a little, oh look, you can, maybe I'll do it like that because he's totally gonna poop on it. But yeah, it's just this really cute little bed that I got from the pet store. I noticed that a lot of people keep their beardies with like soft beds, and I'm not really sure if he's gonna use it. I just put it in, but I thought it'd be like a nice little cool area to hide. Now, if you'll notice, this does not have anything on it. You can do substrate. It does come with a substrate shield if you choose to. However, I don't. I actually use paper towels, and I'm probably gonna put paper towels in this after I end the video. I just wanted to leave it bare like this so you can see what the bottom looks like. From my understanding, Zen Habitats actually does have a liner for this that you can buy, so I might look into that because I hear it's pretty good. Or I'll just stick with paper towels like I used to. I know other people use tile. I don't know, this is just a little too slippery for him, but again, I just wanted to show you what it looks like, and I think it looks really nice. So yeah, overall, I am just super happy with this enclosure. I really, really like it. I think it turned out really good. I don't really have many negatives to say. The assembly was really easy, according to my husband. That is a little bit of a negative thing though, is that you do have to assemble it yourself. Obviously for shipping reasons though, they're not gonna just like send you this big thing. I'm sure it's already super expensive to ship. Although I do have to say shipping is included in the price, which is about $329. It comes in this like really big flat box, and then you build it. Now, the way that you build it is super easy. They have everything marked. It really took my husband like maybe 20-30 minutes to get the whole thing together. He didn't need any tools. He said a rubber mallet would have definitely been more helpful. So I guess if you have a rubber mallet to like use that. But yeah, I know that if it were me having to assemble this, I probably would have had a little bit difficult of a time just because I am terrible at assembling things. Another thing that I would like from them is for them to actually have some way to attach your lighting. I know a lot of people use like a zip tie or a couple zip ties to hang the lighting from. Now, he definitely is within the UVB really good right here. So he's in range. I think it's supposed to be about 18 inches. I would really like it if there was some kind of way the lighting could be put in here better. Like, this is obviously nice to hang it on, but that just kind of is like what I would change. And then again though, I mean, this isn't specifically for bearded dragons. Obviously that's what it's mostly used for, but any desert dwelling species, you know, is what it's marketed for. But I just feel like it would be like so helpful if it was a little bit easier. Maybe even if they just had like a chain hanging, because we did cut a chain, but I don't know, it was just like kind of unsteady. I was afraid it would fall on him or break the light bulb. So I don't know, I might play with it a little bit more. There's a ton of space. I'm going to be able to change it around a little bit here and there on him to kind of make it more interesting. And overall, I'm just really happy with this enclosure. So thank you so much, Zen Habitats, for providing it. And like I said, there is an affiliate link in the description below if you do want to also get one. They do have other enclosures out there though too, others that I obviously haven't tried before, but yeah, I really like this. I think it's a really good deal. I know it's kind of expensive, but it does include shipping, and if you go to a pet store, like a big enclosure is already going to be a couple $100. So I don't know, take it for what you will. I'm really happy with it, and he seems pretty happy with it too. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like this video if you did, subscribe if you're not, and you want to be. Don't forget I have an Instagram that I use probably way too much. It's at Tarantula.Kat. You can go follow me there. I also have a Patreon podcast and a Teespring. It is all linked down below. And let's get into the Patreon pet picks.